All right, those pictures you're looking at outside Pawan Kumar Bansal's residence in the capital. And that, of course, is the Railways Minister who's really in the eye of a storm. And those police really using water cannons to check protesters outside his residence in the capital. Sonal Mehrotra joins us on the phone line for more. Sonal, what's happening there?
Well, Kashish, as we expected, BJP protesters, the Yuva Morcha wing of the BJP, upping their ante again, pressurizing the government, demanding resignation of both Pawan Kumar Bansal, the Law Minister, and the Prime Minister. Now, currently, all around me, BJP protesters, whose office is right across the road where Pawan Kumar Bansal actually stays, marched towards the house, broke barricades, and police in the end had to resort to water canning to keep these protesters at bay. Currently, as I speak with you, the first batch of them is being detained by the cops, but clearly not all is over here. The first batch of the protesters being taken away. Another active batch still very active outside the house of Pawan Kumar Bansal. They haven't, however, been able to reach inside the house. The police heavy presence, which they had maintained since the afternoon today, has ensured that they do not enter inside the house. But protesters, however, in order to be kept at control, had to be water cannoned, and they also broke a few barricades to try and get inside. Clearly, BJP mounting pressure on the government, keeping the pressure on the government to afford the resignation of Pawan Kumar Bansal, the Railway Minister, Ashwini Kumar, and also the Prime Minister.
Sonal, clearly this has been a tough day for the government politically, with the law and the railway ministers who have been smeared by scandal, but they continue to stay. Now the ruling Congress has decided that that they will continue to stay for now. That's what the core group decided as well yesterday. But give us a sense of how many people are over there. Is there any other protester aside from the BJP?
No, they're all BJP workers currently here all around me, basically from the youth wing of the BJP, saying that they will continue to mount pressure. I asked the leader there a little while back what the scene was, how long are they going to last these protests, and they said that they will continue with these protests in the coming days and the coming weeks until they say they get a resignation and they get some kind of accountability from the government. Currently all around me, the floor is wet, barricades are broken as one batch who has been really rowdy with the police has been taken away, has been detained by the police. Another batch, since it's a very precarious situation, even for the cops to handle at this time, Kashish, because the BJP office is bang opposite the house of the Railway Minister, Pawan Kumar Bansal. So one batch is taken care of and detained, another batch steps in from inside the office. That's really been the situation here. Currently, cops really trying to ensure that these protesters do not infringe the security of the Railway Minister, do not enter the house. And they have a good amount of police presence right at the door, while the protesters on the streets, basically mostly BJP, continue to say that they will not move. They will continue to keep protesting and keep mounting the pressure until they get some kind of accountability. And by accountability, they mean resignation of the Railway Minister, Pawan Kumar Bansal, of the Law Minister, Ashwini Kumar, and also they say the buck stops only at the Prime Minister.
So BJP clearly, in a sense, stepping up the attack, especially as Congress has chosen to stay with Pawan Kumar Bansal at the moment, and his offer of resignation clearly hasn't been accepted. And of course, that core group meeting yesterday also decided that both the ministers, in the eye of political controversies, continue to stay. But Sonal, give us a sense of how many people are there. Is there, if the police is trying to control them, are they really just trying to get inside the house? What is it that they want to do? And do we know if the minister himself is at his home?
We are trying to find out if the minister is still inside the house, but clearly a lot of police presence, as much as the protesters, as much other cops here, trying to ensure they have safeguarded, kind of secured all the gates leading to the Railway Minister's house. What it has led to is that entire road, Tilak Lane, is now blocked. This entire march, which starts from Sansad Bhavan to the other side to India Gate, is now blocked. Police ensuring that no other protesters from any other side of the city come in. That has been barricaded, but here, as I said, protesters keep coming in and popping in from the BJP headquarters right on the other side, and the cops can't really do much about it because that is their headquarters. So as protesters keep coming out, cops keep trying to ensure that they do not infringe the security of the railway minister and did not enter the house. They've been successful, I can say, at this point, because most of them have now been detained. I see the second batch of people being taken away in buses around me and being asked to, oh God, second batch of people being taken away, all marching, all shouting slogans, saying that they want nothing but the ouster of Railway Minister Pawan Kumar Bansal, along with the ministers of the cabinet. But clearly, and they say they'll maintain to do so until, and they will continue to keep going on with these protests until they get some kind of accountability from the government. The protesters are very clear. They wanted to march up to Pawan Kumar Bansal's house to demand his resignation. But there, at the gates, they have been stopped, and now several of them detained. There were around 300 people when I came here, a very scanty number left now. But still a very tricky situation. We'll have to watch around what really happens, what else unfolds here, right at the crossroads where BJP's head office and Pawan Kumar Bansal meet on the same road.
Sonal, since you mentioned that the BJP office is right across the road, is there a sense that perhaps more protesters could well end up joining this protest outside the railway minister's house, even as others are being taken away by the police for detention?
That's exactly what I have been saying, Ashish. That is the real situation in front of the police currently, because they do not know how many more might just be camping inside the office and if they want to move out again. But currently it seems that they've got the situation under control. There are no more protesters joining in, also because they've blocked both sides of this road. This entire mark now stands blocked. No vehicles, no individuals being allowed inside. Clearly saying that the police is trying their best to ensure that no other no other protesters really get into their way and try to infringe the security of the railway minister.